This is the Padres Postcast, your instant game reaction for the San Diego Padres. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
What is up, Padre fans? Welcome to your Padres Postcast right here on the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day. And the Dre's wasn't the best game tonight for San Diego. No hits with runners in scoring position for either team. And the Mariners just kept hitting home runs all night. All their runs, all five of their runs in the 5-1 victory, scored via the long ball. And the KOLEK call finally came due for Stephen KOLEK as he allowed his first runs of the season. Homer on the first pitch of the game by J.P. Crawford for the Mariners, who have had the Padres number over the past couple of years. It is your Padres Postcast. It starts right now on the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day. Jim Grieshaber, call me Gries, G-R-I-E-S, at Jim Gries _. First things first, I want to thank you for being here day in, day out, you everydayers, you sometimes guys and girls, and some newbies right now coming in. Really appreciate you. Love having you here. You're the lifeblood of our network, over 220-plus shows, and MLB Game Night, and Locked On Padres podcast with Javier Reyes day in and day out, and then me with the postcast after every game, and you know how we do. You know how we do. So thank you for being here, making us your first watch/listen of your day. And, of course, you know we're free on YouTube, Locked On Padres podcast channel. We're free on Spotify, Apple, iHeart, Stitcher, Podbean, wherever you listen to your podcast. And we are free. That's right, on Roku. You down with OTT? Yeah, you know me. Used to be OPP. Now it's OTT with Roku. But, man, oh, man, it's really important that I let you know that tonight's episode is brought to you by Game Time. Download the Game Time app. Create an account and use code LOCKEDONMLB for $20 off your first purchase. What time is it? Game time. Look at that. I have two devices to tell the time right here. And my watch battery's dead, by the way, perpetually. I don't buy watch batteries anymore. It's a waste of money. I tell time on my phone. The watch is an accessory and only an accessory. All right, let's do this. It's Padres Postcast on the Locked On Podcast Network. It's Gries. Let's roll. Your team every day. Wins, loses, doesn't matter. Your team every day. Here's what we'll be doing tonight.
This is what you'll be talking about.
Not a whole heck of a lot. I had to wait for that mute to go off there. There you see it. Manny Machado, the hit streak is over, I believe. Let me just make sure. I just got to make sure Manny didn't sneak one in. But the middle of the lineup was not good for San Diego. It was not good at all in this game, and that was a big part of what happened to them in this contest. Yeah, Manny 0 for 4 with a strikeout. Hit streak's over. Luis Arraez with 3 hits. He was 3 for 4. Cronenworth with 2 hits and an RBI, had a triple and a double, RBI double late in the game. And you were thinking in the 9th inning, they're starting to get something going here, but a couple of nice strikeouts and a good job by the bullpen of the Mariners. A little different than than the Angels, right? The Angels. And you were looking at trade targets. You saw Taylor Ward hit those home runs in the Angels series. He's a potential trade target for the Padres. You know what I mean? There's one of them. So be interesting to see, nonetheless, what happens there. But the Mariners out of the, second career win for Logan Evans, goes 6 innings, 7 hits, 1 walk, 3 strikeouts, 89 pitches. Vargas, Legumina, each with an inning, a scoreless inning, and then Snyder in the 9th with 3 strikeouts, although they did hit him, and they got a couple of runs going there. But it was the home runs for the Mariners in today's game, and, you just look at the leadoff homer, first pitch of the game, and he said it afterwards. He said, J.P. Crawford said at the shortstop, plays good defense too. He said, man, he goes, that's the best pitch you're going to see most of the time. And I always swung at the first pitch. I don't know if you played ball, if you always swung at the first pitch. I always felt like the first pitch is the best pitch you're going to see, especially the first pitch of the game. The pitcher just wants to groove one in there and set the tone. And, yeah, the tone was set by J.P. Crawford. It wasn't a terrible outing for KOLEK. You got to keep the ball in the yard, obviously, but it wasn't a terrible outing for KOLEK in this game. When you think about what he was able to do on the bump tonight, and remember, he won his first 2 starts, moving him in from the bullpen. And again, Yu Darvish, you see it up there on the screen, using rehab. They wanted me to go to rehab. Well, in this case, they wanted you to go to rehab, but no, not you. They wanted you. Why you? Not you. You. I think I'm funnier than I am. There you are. And the Padres, by the way, 0 for 7 with runners in scoring position, hitting into 2 double plays tonight. You know what I mean? So that was interesting too. in the game, and 2 extra base hits from Cronenworth. Action Jackson has gone cold. Merrill 0 for 4, had an 0 for in the last Anaheim game too. So Machado, Merrill, and Bogarts are combined 0 for 11 in the game today. 0 for 11. You know what I'm saying? So you just look, and Sheets 1 for 3. Arise had the 3 hits. Fernando had an infield hit tonight. He's hitting 307. Manny's at 331, and Merrill's at 389. How about Luis Arise all the way up at 300? He started the season like 0 for 13. That's KOLEK right there. The reliever turned starter, but you is in rehab right now. Not you is in rehab. You. All right. Anyway, smash and subscribe. Hit the bell so you know when you're coming your way with more content. And come on in and say hi in the comments. We love you here on our Padres Postcast, and, of course, the podcast day in and day out with Javier Reyes. We love that show as well. We do the crossover episodes with one another, taking ownership in this channel as a group. And so let me give you the quick rundown, right? 5 runs, 3 homers, by the way, for the Mariners. 5 runs on 10 hits, no errors. 1 run on 8 hits for the Padres. So the hits were there. They had 7 hits in the first 4 innings of this game, and then no hits until the 9th inning after that. Interesting, right? And then in the 9th, they put together a little mini rally. A hit could have busted it open. You had Fernando lurking and Arise lurking in case anything had happened there, but it didn't. It wasn't to be. And just, time and time again, great job. And, sometimes you credit Major League Baseball, right? You credit the other team for making the plays, and you credit this kid, Logan Evans, with the pitching a really good game. 6 innings, again, 7 hits, but he scattered them, and it's hard to say that because they made plays. He made pitches when he needed to get out of those jams, to get out of the innings. He got double play balls. He got a couple strikeouts when he needed them, very timely. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, and again, first pitch of the game, Crawford hits the homer. They get 1 in the first. The Padres are, look, Fernando grounds out, Arise singles, Machado flies out, Merrill flies out. So they had a guy on base in every inning, San Diego did. Meanwhile, KOLEK gets the Mariners 1-2-3 in the second. In the second inning for the Padres, you get Sheets with a 1-out single, Diaz with a 2-out single, and then Lockridge grounds into a fielder's choice. Mariners come up in the 3rd inning, and nothing doing there. And then the bottom of the 3rd for San Diego, you get the first 2 guys on, Tatis Jr. and Arise, infield single and a single back-to-back like it's Drake a few years back. And nope, double play by Manny. Merrill strikes out swinging on a nasty slider. Good Lord, it was beautiful. And that was one of their real threats that they didn't get anything done. In the 4th inning, Tellez homered to right field for the Mariners. It's 3-0 at that point, the 2-run shot. And then bottom of the 4th, same thing. You know what I mean? You get a triple with 2 outs from Cronenworth, and you can't get him home. And look, there are 2 out in that moment, but still, nonetheless. In the 5th inning for Seattle, nothing doing. Bottom of the 5th for the Pods, a 2-out double from Arise. They leave him in scoring position. Top of the 6th for the M's, Raleigh homers to left center, and that's a 2-run shot. It's 5-0. Bottom of the 6th for San Diego, you know what I mean? A 1-out walk to Bogarts, nothing doing. The Mariners didn't score again in the game, and then the Padres didn't go 1-2-3 until the bottom of the 7th inning when Vargas came in. Diaz, Lockridge, and Tatis, 1-2-3, and then in the 8th they went 1-2-3. All 2 of them on strikeouts, and then in the 9th, all of them were strikeouts. Cronenworth had the double that scored Sheets, but still, they struck out a bunch more times tonight. The middle of the lineup was 0 for 11. You know what I'm saying? And RIP with RISP. That means RIP with runners in scoring position. That was a big problem when they were losing. And by the way, I believe, don't quote me on this just yet. Well, you'd have to quote me on this because I'm saying it live. Come on in and say what's up in the chat too. I'm feeling a little lonely up in here. All right, and looking at the standings, it appears as though, let's see what happened with the stinking rotten lousy Dodgers tonight. Did they come back and win that game? No, they didn't. The game's not over yet. It's 4-2 Angels in the top of the 9th inning. It was 4-1. So should the Angels hang on and beat the Dodgers here, the Padres will be a game back because, remember, they were off yesterday and the Dodgers won. So game and a half as of right now. Could be 2, could be 1 by the end of the night. Looking like it's going to be 1, but the Dodgers are never out of a game until the nail's in the coffin. The Yankees had them game 1 of the World Series last year. The Padres had them 2-1 in the playoffs last year as well. So look at San Diego, though, 27-16. And I believe the Giants and D-Bags also won tonight. So they're 25-19, 24-21, 4 and 5.5 games out respectively. So all within 5.5 games, all with 24 wins or more. And then you got the Rockies, 7-37. All right, Jim Grieshaber, call me Grease, 5-1, the final tonight just couldn't get anything going offensively, and really good pitching. Sometimes it happens. Sometimes your bats go cold. Sometimes it's really good pitching. But look, the Padres have been good against the Mariners have been good against the Padres these past few years, winning the season series. I am Jim Grieshaber. Call me Grease. And look, this is for Javi. I'm wearing like my furry costume up in here, trying to fit in with the young generations. You know what I mean? I got 3 kids myself. My daughter's baby showers tomorrow. I'm happy. Like I'm being like a Gen Z furry or whatever I am. I'm an anime lover. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm doing here with this plush, fuzzy, nice little Padres colors. Gotta love that, by the way. Jim Grieshaber, call me Grease. What's up, Koji? Bounce back tomorrow, and then the next day, just gotta win the series, right? Meatloaf said it. 2 out of 3 ain't bad. And I'm showing my age really bad there. But 2 out of 3 is great in Major League Baseball. 2 out of 3. And you win every series in Major League Baseball. 2 out of every 3 games. Come on. You got it going on. But not when your 3, 4, 5 hitters go 0 for 11 and you go 0 for with runners in scoring position and you're hitting into double plays and you get the side struck out in the 9th, and we'll see. And of course, tomorrow they'll try to right the ship. And with you, Darvish in rehab, and we said yeah with Darvish in rehab, that's a big arm coming back for the Padres. It's a big time arm, taking your time. He's been great in the playoffs last year as well. Veteran of a lot of years overseas in Asia and now here. And that's going to add a lot now, because you take Pivetta and you move him down to a 4 slot, or you keep him at 3, you know what I mean, after King and Cease. But still, it's a little, it's tough because of the situation with lefties. And I'd love to see them have a lights out lefty coming. You know what I'm saying? That'd be awesome. That would be really great. So these 2 teams will pick it back up tomorrow. We'll talk about that. On the other side, Padres will send Pivetta, the aforementioned, to the hill. Plenty of experience against the Mariners when he was in the American League. So we'll talk about that. And of course, you'll have the turning point, player of the game, all those things. It's Padres Postcast on the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day. Jim Grieshaber, call me Grease, GRIES, 5-1 Mariners with the win tonight. And I get a chance to love Friday nights. You know why? Because it's Friday. You ain't got no job. You ain't got ish to do but sit here and watch Padres Postcast, or listen to it. If you don't want to see this face, who could blame you? Face only a mother could love. Years in radio. You know what I'm saying? But hey, tonight's show is brought to you in part by Que Ora. Game Time. Have you ever decided last minute to head to a ball game with friends or family? Maybe it's game day and you suddenly realize you want to be in the stands. That's exactly where Game Time comes in. It's the easiest way to grab last minute tickets without the stress. With the money you save on tickets, you can splurge on food, the best food in the majors at Petco, drinks, merch, or even invite a bigger group to come with you. Game Time makes all that possible. That's right. Game Time makes buying tickets fast and simple. Not just sports either, by the way. Plenty of other things, concerts, events, all sorts of stuff on Game Time. Prices on the app actually drop the closer you get to first pitch, and they've got incredible last-minute deals, clear seat views, which is awesome, and a lowest price guarantee that takes the worry out of buying. Game Time is the official ticketing partner of MLB and of Locked On MLB, making it easy to browse the app for an exciting upcoming MLB game, like, for example, the Padres and the Mariners tomorrow on a Saturday at Petco Park. It's not the 4th of July, but, oh, man, me and my old music references tonight. Game Time has last-minute tickets and zone deals for big savings. Seat views right in the app before you buy. You just pull up your phone and go, no. Yep, love it. Here we go. Take 6 of those, and let's go. Take the whole family. You know what I'm saying? Seat views right in the app before you buy, so you know exactly where you'll be. Panoramic views from all those seats. So do what I do. Take the guesswork out of buying tickets with Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, use code LOCKEDONMLB for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account, redeem the code LOCKEDONMLB for $20 off. Download the Game Time app today. Last minute tickets, lowest price, guaranteed with Game Time on the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every day. All right, there you have it. The NBA playoffs are in full swing, and every night delivers highlight-worthy performances. The Knicks knocked the Celtics out today. You believe that? Major momentum shifts and can't-miss moments, whether it's a game-winning shot or a breakout player. There's never been a better time to get in on the action. That is right. FanDuel makes it easy So easy, so easy, to stay in the game before tip-off and live with player props, performance trends, and same-game parlays. Fans have more ways than ever to play smart and big. No doubt about it. Players showing up in the biggest moments. How could tracking their trends help you build your next bet? It's pretty easy to do, right? What would it look like to combine live prop bets mid-game based on how the action unfolds? I think that's pretty dope. If you got a read on who's heating up, why not back it up with a same-game parlay? And number one for me, how'd you like a $200 bonus bet? Add to the excitement if your first $5 bet hits. Easy for me to say. New to FanDuel, it's perfect time to sign up. 200 in bonus bets when your first $5 bet hits. Go to FanDuel.com, place your first $5 bet. If it wins, you get $200 in bonus bets. Make every moment more with FanDuel, official sports betting partner of the NBA. On the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day. There, that stuck when we were doing the game time read. Let's leave that up there for them. Un momento, por favor. Thank you for being patient with me while I got through that. I'm Jim Grieshaber. Call me Grease. This is your Padres Postcast on the Locked On Podcast Network. Your Padres every day, and today they lost 5-1. It was 3 home runs in this game. I mean, we don't, the headlines, boom, bullet points. They're right there in front of you. KOLEK gave up the 3 homers. It was his first first runs allowed of the season. The reliever turned starter. And again, Yu Darvish is on rehab assignment right now, and Shohei just went deep. Good Lord, he hit a bomb. It's 4-2 Angels still up on Shohei and the Dodgers. And I still don't want to let them call themselves the LA Angels. It's ridiculous. They're not LA. But Shohei went deep, and it's 4-2. So there you have it. And this thing won't turn off. There it goes. So the Dodgers are actually down 4-2, and if they lose that game, it'll be a 1-run lead for them in the West. And again, a 1-game lead, rather. Did I say 1 run or 1 game? I'm trying to do 2 things at once, looking at my phone. But it would be a 1-game lead for them. And, of course, the Giants and the Diamondbacks both 1-2, and they're both breathing down the Padres' necks as I have things bursting out of my phone everywhere here. But a nice win for the Mariners. They've played really well against the Padres of late. You know this, and we'll see if Pivetta can get it back on track tomorrow. Someone said it in the chat. Koji said it in the chat. You just need to win the series, every time out. That's what you want to do. Now you just got to win the next 2. And look, you got Pivetta on the bump in this next game, and I love the way Pivetta's pitched this year. So we'll get to that in a minute. We'll preview that game. So many things to talk about with the Padres this year. What a great team they've been. But 5-10-0 for the Mariners, 1-8-0 for the Padres. You want the storylines? The 3, 4, and 5 hitters were 0 for 11. They didn't get a hit with runners in scoring position. They didn't get a hit at all from the middle of the 4th to the until the 9th inning when they finally scored their 1 run of the game. And KOLEK and the bullpen gave up 3 homers today. I don't want to say the bullpen. It was one pitcher who gave up the actually, no, it was KOLEK who gave up all 3. My bad. I thought he was out by then. So, yeah, all 5 earned runs charged to KOLEK. 8 hits. Gave up the 3 dingers, and you're not going to win any games you give up 3 home runs. And all the runs scored on the homers. Other than that, he was pretty good, man. You know, the Padres pitchers strike out a lot of hitters. They struck out 9 more tonight. You know, there's really nothing to be upset about. They hit the 3 homers, and they won the game. All right, there you have it. Jim Grieshaber, call me Grease. A couple of things to do and a short time to do it in. We're going to get you ready for tomorrow in a second with Pivetta. And who's pitching on Sunday? I believe it's King. It's King. It's King. And where do you slot Darvish? Does it even matter? But, you know, a lot of righties. I'm just saying, a lot of righties. Need some lefties. And even in the bullpen, you know what I mean? You're a righty-heavy team with Suarez and Adam, and then the starters with King and Cease and Pivetta and Darvish. You know what I mean? So you think about that. That's a lot of righties, man. That's a lot of righties. Jim Grieshaber, call me Grease. Let's get to it. It's the only way through it. We start with this.
Time to reveal where the game was won or lost. It's the turning point.
Kind of hard to say that it was won or lost on this, but it has to be the second home run, right, with Tellez, because that looks like a softball player with the beer gut. Remember Jake Berger? It looks like Jake Berger. Look at that. Interesting, right? But a big home run looks like DJ Khaled. We the best music. You know what I'm saying? So there you have it. So that was the turning point, was that home run, and it was because the solo shot to start the game. Made it obviously 1-0 from JP Crawford. But man, oh man, those 2 other homers, it was big. So there's your turning point. What do we have next? Let's see.
This is the Locked On Player of the Game.
Padres side, one dude, double, triple RBI. And then, of course, Luis Arraez had 3 hits in this game as well. But Jake Cronenworth, the second baseman, is the player of the game for the Padres. There's Manny Machado, who had the hitting streak snap tonight. It's going to happen, Manny. You know this. There's KOLEK getting taken out of the game by Schilt. Look, and he wasn't bad. He gave up 3 homers, but he was not bad in this game, making sure. Oh, there's KOLEK. But interesting, right? So your star of the game for the Padres was Cronenworth, and there's another look at Jackson Merrill, had an 0 for tonight. Big strikeout as well. But for the Mariners, I'm going to go with this dude right here. Yeah, you have to. His second win of the season, but just a tremendous job tonight on the hill by Logan Evans. Just a really nice job out there pitching. He pitched his way out of trouble. You know what I mean? 6 innings, 7 hits, no runs, 3 strikeouts. Not a power pitcher. Wasn't overpowering, blowing people away. Not striking people out, just getting the big ground ball outs and the double plays when he needed to and pitching his way through trouble. Look, the Padres didn't go 1-2-3 until the 7th inning when he was out of the game. So they had their chances in every inning. They had, runners in scoring position multiple times early in the game and could not come through with that one big hit. And that happens, right? That happens. So that is in big part because of Mr. Logan Evans, his second win of the year. All right, tomorrow we're right back at it with your Padres postcast right after the game. It's going to be awesome tomorrow night with Pivetta on the mound. Petco on a Saturday evening at 5:40. Are you kidding me? And you're looking right here, and it's on the run line, they're -1.5, and on the money line, -175. The total's 8.5. The over is even, and the under is -120. So there you have it. You're getting some good info here. Meanwhile, Pivetta is facing Hancock, Emerson Hancock, 1-2 with a 6.91. Nick Pivetta, 5-2. Obviously been great this year with 3.05 with the Miami ERA, 3.05 in his last 7 days. He's started 1 game in the last week with allowing 7 hits and 6 earned runs in 4 innings. Allowed a home run and a walk as well. And I believe that was the Rockies. That was the one game the Rockies won. It was, right? But before that, they won his last 4 starts, The Yankees, he pitched really well there. The Giants, Detroit, and the Cubs, some good teams, and a couple of great ones. So nice job by Pivetta. Looking for a bounce-back game tomorrow for the Padres. Want to see those middle-of-the-order guys start to hit again, though. Manny and Merrill and the M&M boys in there. And I want to see Fernando get hot. He hasn't been hot in a while. So someone's about ready to get hot. Manny's just coming off his hot streak. Merrill is too. Someone else ready to get hot. I say Fernando. Why not? All right, Jim Grieshaber, call me Gries. Thank you so much for watching your Padres postcast, yours on the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day. Jim Grieshaber, call me Gries, GRIES, at Jim Gries _ on social media. Please give me a follow, make you holla. And also want to thank you for being here with us across the multitude of platforms. We're here on YouTube, Locked On Padres podcast channel. Shout out Javier Reyes. Both of us do. He does the everyday stuff I do after the games. And then, of course, you down with OTT. Yeah, you know me. How could I not be down with OTT with this thing on, right? But no, seriously, we are free on Roku. And then we're free wherever you listen to your podcast as well, which means Spotify, Apple, Stitcher, Podbean, iHeart, FREE, baby. Live right after the games and free. You can't beat it. So after that, even more info for your second watch or listen. Check out our all-new Locked On MLB Game Night. Every game, every night, all season long. Local analysis on a national scale. MLB Game Night is on Locked On MLB on YouTube or wherever you listen to your podcasts. 5-1 the final. M's beat the Pods. Pivetta on the mound tomorrow for San Diego, looking to reverse the trend. Dodgers losing 4-2 right now. Padres might stay a game back with the Giants and the Diamondbacks nipping at their heels right now in a big way. What a division. What a summer it's going to be. Jim Grieshaber, call me Gries. Padres postcast on the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day. Thank you so much for being here, San Diego. Keep your game tight and your mind right, baby. We're out.